welcome to another edition of a post Tiny Desk Alt.LATINO interview. My name is Felix Contreras,
I'm Ana Maria Sayer.
and we have with us today.
Oh, just,
Oh, look who
just
dropped by.
Maluma. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Maluma.
No, thank you guys. It's amazing to be here. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Great Tiny Desk concert, but we have some questions that go get a little bit more understanding of the music and behind the music.
And
Yeah.
you.
And
I
you.
mean, obviously, you're coming all the way from Colombia, which we're so honored when we have
Thank you.
anyone, seriously, from anywhere in Latin
Mhm.
America come through these doors because we know what it means to the people who
Oh,
watch
yeah,
at home. We have a
for sure.
huge audience who
Mhm.
really, really cares. And Felix and I, that's what we do here. We care about Latin music, Latino music,
tell.
and so
Thank you.
we wanted to talk to you a bit about reggaeton and what it's doing and has been doing in Colombia. We know, obviously, that it's huge
Yeah.
in Colombia, and you are one of the artists that are at the forefront of that. When did reggaeton become such a massive part of Colombian culture, of the music scene there?
Well, I would say reggaeton, or I would say urban movement. You know what I mean? Because sometimes people say that I'm a reggaetonero, but I'm not a reggaetonero. You know, my genre is Maluma genre. I do whatever I love doing. You know, it's not like I do reggaeton and that's it, or trap. No, I love doing boleros. I love doing pop. I love doing salsa. So at the end of the day, it's like that's actually why reggaeton is conquering a bunch of charts right now, because you can mix it with every genre. You know, like we can hear different kind of songs. Even my own songs, if you listen to Felice Los Cuatro, it's a very pop song, but the drums are a reggaeton drum. So it's like that's why it's so strong right now, because you can mix it with every genre, and that's what is happening right now in Latin America and around the world. People love reggaeton and urban music.
What does it say about Colombia specifically to be able to absorb those kind of influences? Because I'm old enough to remember when, listening to salsa in the 70s,
Yeah.
Celia Cruz, Hector Lavoe, and then all
Yeah.
of a sudden, Oscar de Leon. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like,
I
and
know.
I thought he was Puerto Rican initially,
Uh-huh.
honestly.
Yeah,
Like,
I
what do you
know.
think? What does it say about Colombia that it just reflects all these great influences?
Well, I would say maybe we had a hard time, like bunch of violence, bunch of war, and that made us pretty strong, to keep trying to put our heads up on the water and say we here, man, because we had a crazy time that I don't really want to talk about it, but thank God it happened to us, because now we have these whole generations full of passion, dedication, discipline, and I would say that that's what happened. Like we need to go through tough things to understand that we needed to work the double sometimes to make us notice. So I think that's what happened actually. Colombia is a beautiful country. It's not only because we have a bunch of talent, it's because we're situated in a pretty beautiful zone in the world where we have the biggest two oceans, we have deserts, we have mountains, we have the ocean, we have a bunch of beautiful things. So I would say that even geographically, we're situated in one place that is pretty magical too. So maybe it works too, a little bit of magic in our country.
I've been to Bogota, Medellin, Santa Marta.
Beautiful.
I've been able to see these things, and I see what you're saying, but also see how everybody's just so open to all the different influences.
Oh, yeah.
Everything happens.
When you go
there.
in the streets in Colombia, you see people playing every instrument, people singing, there are a bunch of studios in Medellin right now. Like it's crazy. Like the place where I was raised, we have at least like 30, 40 studios around right now. And when I started, it was only our studio. So we see like the music industry is developing a lot in our country, and my city, Medellin too.
I love what you say about that, because there's something that Felix and I know a lot about certain countries, especially who have experienced things that have been difficult that people want to either make music about or not make music about. Oftentimes there's almost as much being said in what you choose to talk about and what you don't. And you gravitate towards amor, you gravitate towards these joyful kind of topics. And I think that there's something really beautiful in that intentionality that maybe not everyone picks up on all the time.
It's crazy. I feel like my dad, or actually my parents, they taught me about this. Like I wake up every morning and my homework is like, yo, how to be proud of being Colombia, how to be more proud of being Latino, how I'm gonna take my culture to another level, how I'm gonna tell everyone that Pablo Escobar is not already alive, that we don't care about that guy, that we're music, that we're pop, that we're fashion, that we're more than that. That's my homework actually. That's something that's part of my responsibility because I know that a bunch of people listen to my music and listen to my words actually when I go on stage, and that's what I try to say every time. Like, yo guys, there are so many beautiful things in our Latin culture. Just forget about the past, forget about the violence and all the stuff that we live already. It's time to change the page and create a new beginning. That's what I'm trying to do right now, working hard for that.
When you talk about working hard, I want to go back to something I read about that you said that you did when you were a kid, that you made ham sandwiches. Okay, and that
We've
was
all heard the ham
yeah,
We're
but that
sandwich.
hustlers,
was
man.
that's the start of what you call your hustle, right? And what you said,
Yeah.
it's just about working hard right now, and like
Mm-hmm.
create an arc. Like, where does that those ham sandwiches, a hustle?
Yeah.
How does that manifest itself now with your music, with your
See, yeah, man.
philanthropy?
Yeah,
Excuse me.
yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
crazy, man. Like, it's something natural. Something natural. When you gotta hustle, you gotta hustle. Like when I was a kid, I was like, I was going to my house and I was seeing like there was no food in the fridge. So when you see those pictures, it's terrible. Like you need to go out and actually get your food, get your own food for your family, not only for you, for everyone around. So that's what actually took me to be here, to work hard, the necessity, like being in the streets, like hustling every day. And I can tell right now with all my businesses, like it's something natural that I have. I'm always creating new brands, new companies. I don't know, I just love this. I love the idea of producing new stuff and keep inspiring the world.
But talking about that, I mean, you have a diversity of projects. You're a hustler
Hmm.
in that sense, but a hustler in terms of how you experiment in your music as well. I mean, what you came and played here today, like stylistically,
Yeah.
was really across the map. I love what you said, Maluma genre, right?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
where does that come from? Where does that, is that a part of that hustler mentality to really put yourself out there musically?
I would say it's part of or it's part of my mentality, but it's also in my DNA. When you have in your DNA. I remember when I was a kid, I was going to my grandparents' house and they were listening to so many genres, especially salsa. And you know that with salsa happens something pretty similar than reggaeton. Like you can mix it with everything. So when I was going to my grandparents' home, I was listening to the long plays. They used to play La Fania, all that stuff, and I was listening to so many flavors, so many rhythms that they just stayed in my DNA and on my mind. So I would say like the taste, my musical taste, I own it because of my grandparents. They gave it to me, mis abuelos.
Salsa was their heartbeat and reggaeton is
Oh
yours.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure, for sure. And la clave in la salsa is pum, 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 tun, 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 and it's the same for reggaeton. So it's something that I just have in my DNA, and I enjoy it. I enjoy it doing different things. It was for me easy to just come here and do the I don't know the stage versions of each song, the songs that I play on tour. But that was not my idea. I really want to change the game a little bit and explore. I love new things. I love growing. I love being outside of my comfort zone. That's what I really love. When I'm too comfort, I feel like something wrong is happening. When I come here and I don't feel any emotions because I'm singing, I mean, the same songs, same rhythm. I don't like that. I always try to change the rules a little bit.
Where do you go to find new music and new musical influences?
Hmm. Well, now it's kind of easy because you have all these platforms, social media. So you go on social media and you see
Yeah.
all like different genres, different people singing, different artists every day. People who's starting, and sometimes I feel like they give me a lot. Like these new artists, they teach me a lot. So when I go back to Colombia, when I go back to Medellin, we have the royalty house over there, which is like my record label. I have a record label which we have a couple of artists, new artists. And when I go there, and they're young, they're pretty young. Maybe they're like what, 20, 21 years old. So when I get there and they start like listening to new stuff, like what they're creating, I'm always there. You know, I always try to be okay. I'm doing my business, so I come here with these all guys, you know, to talk about business, whatever it is. But when I'm coming back to Colombia, to Medellin, I go there, man, and I just fill my mind of new music and new ideas.
So, speaking about all of these amazing artists, young artists that you've been a supporter of, you've kind of really taken care of a lot of people, and caretaking is on the brain. You just announced that you're going to be a dad.
Oh my God, it's the first time we talk about that
I
shit.
know. That's what I'm like. You cried
Yeah, it's crazy.
during
What a
Amor
crazy
de mi
feeling,
vida, and
man.
I couldn't help but think that
Mm.
had to relate to what you're feeling right now.
That's me, man. I'm real. That's what I love about music. I can be myself. You know, like this is the only way or some of the ways that I can talk to my fans through music, you know, and I just wanted to let them know that I was and that I'm having a baby. Wow, that's crazy.
How does it feel to say that out loud right now?
No, I cannot say it loud. You know, it's like
Yeah.
I'm gonna be at that. It's impossible to say it that loud, but it's such a big dream. I always dream about this. It's perfect timing. I mean, all the beautiful things that I'm living. I'm looking for more personal experiences too. You know, like I love my music. I love being on tour, but I also want to keep growing as a human being. You know, not only as an artist. So this makes me feel so human, you know, and I love this. But at the same time, the more human I feel, the more artist I get. It's so
Yeah.
weird. Like Paris, our beautiful daughter, she's growing inside her mom's belly, and she gives me wow many reasons to keep dreaming. And it's like she made a reset on my mind. You know, like it's like she's everything to me right now. It's crazy. It's a crazy feeling that only parents are gonna understand. You know, it's like something like right. It's
Right.
weird. It's weird.
Bro,
But I just love this feeling, and my days are brighter than ever. So
my
beautiful.
sons are 20 and 23,
Imagine,
and
right?
it gets better every day, every instant. It gets better and
That's what my
better and
dad
better.
tells me every
Right?
day.
Yeah,
My
your
dad,
dad's
he's
smart
like,
man.
wait. So you hold her, you know, in your arms, wait for that feeling, and then wait for them to start walking, and then wait for them to, you know. So it's a beautiful journey. I'm here to learn. I think the kids come to this world to teach us a bunch of things. So I'm ready to learn. I know Paris is my maestra, you know, my
Yeah,
teacher,
yeah.
like everything to me.
With it happened with both of my sons, but when they're born, they're little blobs, right? They're just little blobs.
Yeah.
But one day they look up at you, either through scent or through a sound, they recognize you. And
Yeah.
when she recognizes you, your life's over, bro.
Man,
It's
I
just
sang
everything changes
I sing
completely.
every day
Yeah.
to her.
Yeah.
Every
Oh,
day
she's
during
gonna.
morning,
Yeah.
before I go to bed. I kiss the belly like I feel like she's already there, you know. So it's pretty special, man. Like this is a crazy feeling that I love it. This is my biggest dream ever, you know. So now it's happening. I cannot be more happy right now.
And felicidades,
Gracias.
Felicidades.
Thank
So
you.
and
Gracias.
we're anxious to watch and see how you balance because you've got a new album out,
Mhm.
you're on tour right now,
I'm waiting.
and the next time you go out, there's
You're
gonna be
gonna
a
be
baby at
there's
home.
gonna be a little
I
You're
something
gonna be a
else
baby at home.
happening.
So
Yeah.
it's gonna be very interesting to watch you balance because
I'm
there's no
learning.
doubt you can do it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
learning. I'm
Yeah.
learning right now. Like what I have on my mind is like I don't want to get a part of her, you know, like I don't want to separate. I want her to leave everything next to me. I want to see her with me touring. I want to see her with me in the hotels. I want her to leave everything because I was reading actually because now I watch every podcast about parents.
Of course.
And so it's so funny. And I was seeing that the first 6 months, even the whole year, they have this lapse of time, so they like learn everything about life in those 6 months. Everything they touch, everything they smell, everything they see, you know, in those 6 months. So as soon the doctors say that she can fly with me, man, she's not going anywhere but daddy's arms, you know, like
And the first place they learn their beat, it's through the parent's heartbeat.
Yeah.
That's where they
Oh
learn
my
it.
God.
That's how
I
they
read
learn the
that too.
music. You already know. You're covered.
I'm an OG in parent situation.
I
Oh
love
my
that.
God, that's
do you
funny.
do you feel like you can't even anticipate how having her will impact the way that you the way
You know
that
that
you do
there is a
music.
saying. There is a saying in Spanish that say like, "Los niños vienen con el pan debajo del brazo." That's like kids are coming to this world like with their food under their arm.
Sí.
I would say it like that, and that's totally true. Like I feel like everything around my life is working in a very positive way. It's like, okay, I'm understanding life right now. Like everything is put in the right place. Nothing bothers me anymore. It's like there is nothing bigger than Paris. So if there is any problem in my life, I just think about Paris, and that's like it's done. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
yeah,
So,
I know exactly what you
yeah,
mean, bro.
man. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
okay, so next time you come back, we're going to talk about what's happened
Felix has
since
got
then.
She's gonna be
okay?
here.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, you got to bring her in.
Felix
You gotta-
makes me cry every day when he talks about his kids, and now
Yeah.
like you're doing the same thing. I just
Yeah, man. It's a crazy feeling.
Yeah,
Great
man, you know?
dads.
it is.
Beautiful.
It is.
Thank you. Thanks for asking, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, of
Well,
course.
thank you for coming by and talking to us, man.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, it's a
Really
great
appreciate
Tiny
that.
Desk
I really
concert.
appreciate
You're
it.
you're on a roll. You got a great new album. You're out touring right
Thank
now.
you.
So
So
Thank you.
exciting.
yeah,
So
Thank
all
you.
excited
success
for
to you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Todo
you very
éxito.
much. Gracias, hermano.
Bueno,
Gracias.
gracias.
Bendiciones.
A ti.
Gracias. Thank you, guys.